Trump claims he will break big trade barriers which hit U.S. farmers who have been not doing well for 15 years. President Donald Trump vowed he can save the American farmer with the new trade deals he's negotiating with countries around the globe. His promise comes after Canada, Mexico and China have threatened levies on American agriculture goods in response to new U.S. tariffs, and American farmers, who helped put Trump in the White House, worry they will take the brunt of the international anger at the president. Trump has made trade relations a priority of his administration, with the deal-making president wanting to negotiate better agreements on a variety of products, including steel, soybeans and other products. Farmers have not been doing well for 15 years. Mexico, Canada, China and others have treated them unfairly. By the time I finish trade talks, that will change, Trump promised in a tweet Monday morning. Big trade barriers against U.S. farmers, and other businesses, will finally be broken. Massive trade deficits no longer. Trump's trade and tariffs battles and the uncertainty of how the war will play out is adding to the farmers' anxiety. Trump won the presidency with the help of farm-heavy states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Indiana. U.S. agricultural exports are worth about $140 billion a year. Canada and Mexico import about $39 billion in farm products, while China's share is $20 billion and the European Union brings in around $12 billion. All of these countries have threatened retaliation over Trump's tariffs. Signs are not promising. The Trump administration is expected to release its list of Chinese goods being levied around June 15, and Beijing threatened to raise tariffs on goods like soybeans, corn, beef, oranges, and tobacco in the wake of the president's threat of $50 billion levy on their goods. China reiterated its threat on Sunday in the wake of the Trump administration, saying the trade war was on hold and then back on again. Beijing pledged any tariffs on their goods would nullify any trade deal reached between the U.S. and China. If the United States introduces trade sanctions including tariffs, all the economic and trade achievements negotiated by the two parties will be void, said a statement on Sunday from the Chinese government, which was carried by the officials in Xinhua news agency. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross is currently in China to talk trade. Meanwhile, negotiations with Canada and Mexico regarding the North American Free Trade Agreement are turning toxic as those countries weigh retaliation against Washington for the new steel and aluminum tariffs. That payback could include high new levies on American agriculture products. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau repeated his retaliation talk on Sunday. "We're putting the same kinds of tariffs exactly on steel and aluminum coming from the United States into Canada," Trudeau told NBC's Meet the Press. "We're also putting a number of tariffs on consumer goods, finished products for which Canadians have easy alternatives." Mexico also vowed a tax in response to the new steel levies, but in addition to taxing steel, Mexico will place tariffs on lamps, pork legs and shoulders, sausages and prepared foods, apples, grapes, cranberries, cheeses and other goods. Trump has made Mexico a favorite boogeyman during his presidential campaign and administration, vowing to build a wall between the two countries that Mexico will pay for and calling immigrants from that country criminals. Mexican President Enrique Pena Nieto has been just as critical of the president, calling his attacks on Mexico offensive and unfounded.